garage be placed?
Turn right. Keep right, and then turn right. Never mind. I'll find a new route.
I thought I was on the right route. I was so sure I was on the right route that after I turned off I went, yep, that's it, I'll read what you wrote, Causey. No, it hasn't made that much of a difference. I just saw when it said that and checked. Just seems like that I end up in the same spot pretty much. Right, hey. Oh. I was wondering, I changed gear, I was wondering why isn't it working? Because I'm in the wrong range. I'm in the high range. I needed to go to mid-range. Right. And you were there before someone called. Oh, yeah, well, I did notice it's 1600 after I said it come across. But I didn't actually see that. I only saw the end result. So the balance was up there. I must have looked at it right when it happened. So what we'll do, 3 o'clock, this will work out really well actually. This will sneak into this lane here, maybe go to this lane here. We'll drive to the 9 o'clock at night, sleep, then figure out where the garage is going to be while I go off and make a coffee. Maybe turn the heater up a bit. Possibly. So I'm wondering if that physics mod only works with heavy winter. I have to check it. I have to go back to the site and check to see if it says anything, because it definitely feels stable, like driving normally. Hasn't snowed yet to figure out whether that's going to be different. I'm pretty sure most of the trouble we ended up with was while it was raining, but I can't remember for sure. I do remember with ETS, it was a lot more slippery when I didn't have a trailer on than when I did. I'll let you in because I'm a good friendly trucker, unlike half of you guys who never let me in unless I push in. Causey, do you know when the next DLC is coming out? I'm trying to remember what it says. The Balkans? No. Not the Russia one, but the other one. Cutting it close there, wouldn't I?
Keep right, and then exit right. Exit right.
This time. Oh, okay. It's still in the 5 o'clock range. It seemed like ages ago when I last looked at the time on the game. Ooh. Actually, if we could find a mechanics to stay at, that would be really handy, wouldn't it? 2 birds with 1 stone. Sleep and get the truck fixed. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's an urgent delivery. What we got? Apparently, we're going to be there in 21 hours. Oh, it's raining. Oh, ha! May have pressed the wrong button. When I say may, I mean definitely. That's what I was looking for, that button. Instead of put the handbrake on. 41. Oh, well, pretty good. Mind you, we've got to sleep as well, don't we? I think there's probably about 2 more sleeps at the very most. We've got a couple of hours of driving in the rain. So let's see if this makes a difference for the physics. That was just to, doing that was just to let you know it's getting colder in here. Come on, heater. Heat. Do your job. You got one job. It's your only job. Ooh, I think my brake pedal was on. I was sort of wondering if I was going to have that issue. Mind you, we started the stream off and straight away the brake accelerator pedal was sticking, but that sort of stopped. But I went to put my foot down there and I thought, you know what, I'm not going as fast as I thought I would. Not speeding up as quickly as I thought I would be. I gave the old brake pedal a bit of a kick and all of a sudden it seemed like I started going a bit quicker than I was before I did that. Anything suggests the next DLC is coming soon, and since we probably won't be. Yeah, probably. Well, I suppose that's good though. Sort of. I mean, it'd be nice to have another map, wouldn't it? Which Pro Mods is already probably covering. I can't remember. I just can't remember where it's coming out. Is it, what the next one is? I've forgotten. Totally forgotten what the next DLC is. But at least I don't have to worry about going through the whole thing of waiting for Pro Mods updates and having to roll it back to version whatever.
And then turn right.
Mind you, I should be alright, to be honest. Lately I've noticed the last couple of DLCs with Pro Mods is you can download them, they'll just pump out a update where it will work, but it disables that DLC until they bring out one.
Keep left and then exit left.
West Balkans. It was Balkans.
Exit left.
Oh, I remember Texas. It's just I've forgotten the West Balkans. No, no. From that? Are you seriously telling me it rolled from that? Game, you are having a laugh. Dude, seriously. You are off your rock. Hey, look, the cargo's fine. Love that. But still, from that. I've done worse than that and never tipped it. Yeah, sure. Hey, look, leave me be, traffic. I'm just getting over the shock of how I've ended up looking at the world and landscape. I really don't know. How the hell to... Oh, God.
Okay, let's find a new route.
Hopefully we've gone closer to our destination, not further back. God, I hope. At least they're there. Gotta give me that game. Don't rub it in. Don't create the wound and then add salt.
I'll find a new route.
I'm still should be. I am. I'm glad the cargo isn't damaged. Glad the cargo is not damaged. Still perplexed at how I ended up on my side, but glad that my cargo and only 2%. Well, hey, I got my wish. The only thing is, again, where do we end up? Because it's not sort of telling me how far out we are. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll do this.
Time to hit the road.
Yeah, I know, it's sleep, yeah. That's what I said, I've got my dream, I've got the mechanics and sleep. Right. Oh, no, I've never look at this thing yet. Just gotta find everything. Where's it there? Is it working? Yes, because we come up. Thank you. Brilliant. Right. What, we're 329. Oh, look at that. We can actually buy, yeah, and do the maths. No, we're just short, aren't we? We're just short by 1,000 to be able to buy a truck and a new garage. Anyway, let's have a look at a garage purchase. So our options are, ladies and gentlemen, the vote. We've got Sweden, Finland, Russia, Estonia, Latvia, whatever that is. I feel like I never get that right. Poland, Denmark, Netherlands, Belgium, France. Let's go down here. The Czech Republic, Slovakia, Hungary, whatever that is. Is that Serbia? That's Serbia there. Croatia, Bosnia, Greece, North Macedonia, Serbia. We've done Hungary, Greece, Cyprus. We'll skip because I don't want to have the issue with the you know, what we do when we go to the islands. We've got Syria, Turkey, Iraq, Jordan, Egypt, West Bank. I know Israel should be in there. That's Israel there, isn't it? So, those are our options, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go make a coffee while you figure out Slovenia. Okay, that'll be that one. Thanks, mate. Oh, and Maldives. Hiding in there. Yeah, I'm going to go make a coffee. And while I'm doing that, you guys figure out where we're going to put our new garage. And when we get back, we will buy it there and get ourselves a new company as well. And all that. So, yes, I'll leave it to you and I'll be back shortly. See you in a sec, guys. Hello. Right. Diva, okay. Sounds good to me. Just get back into it. Camera might be a little dark because I've completely shut the curtains behind me now. I usually leave it and I'll open it a little bit, brings in a little bit of light, but it's just a bit tempt to try and keep the warm air in. Look at that. It would have been nice to be able to buy a truck as well. Alright, I just feel like I'm not in the right. There we go. Well, apparently I haven't discovered the place I'm actually at. But it does look like we're closer, 19 hours to go. So we're definitely going to need another sleep, aren't we?
Turn left.
Right. Completely repaired truck. Let's see how long that lasts. Oh, hang on. Oh no, I've forgotten to do something.
Turn right.
Money's on. Yeah, I think everyone's money, including my own, is on not very long. Now where is we just the here? There it is, yeah. Alright. Here's my pen. Oh, here we go. I don't know which one. Will it show me on here? Please show me on here. It's not going to show me on there. Damn. I don't know which is which. Where the cutoff is. Oh, we'll do our best to figure it out. Where was it again? No, it's up here, isn't it? We haven't found it yet. It was up here. Oh, I'm lost. Oh, it is here. Okay. Is that it there? Alright. This makes it nice and easy, doesn't it? Well, we're with DHL. These guys, aren't we with these guys? Who are these guys? Let's make Is it? We're not with them. Alright. We're not with them either. So we've got Balkan car, this one here and this one here. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. Let's just make sure there's another one around. That's definitely it. That's our choices. So 1, 2, or 3. I'll give you guys 30 seconds to put in your choice of which company we're now going to deliver for. Just put in the number of that company. 1, 2 if you want that one, or 3 if you want that one. Go for it. Knock yourselves out. And then when you wake up, make a vote. Once again, I forgot to take note of the time when I said you got 30 seconds. I'll give you 10 more seconds anyway. There we go, number 3 it is, and that is, it looks like a S. Suffadels. I mean, I'm running out of space on this side. Come on, pen. I know you haven't been used for a while. I only use the pen for this, actually. Right. Where were we? $19 hours. 20, about an hour to go, and it was 30. So this might be the one and only trip for the stream. Of course, when we get to where we're going, we've got to travel to the new garage and get a delivery from there. Soldier horse's cart. Which I'm guessing will be happening in a couple of weeks' time, so we'll be driving there in the springtime. We'll get to see it with colour.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
Almost turned right where those cars were. Almost.
Get ready to turn right.
Oh, well, in that case, there shouldn't be a shortage of deliveries.
Turn right.
A product that everyone needs. Oh, you scared me then. Didn't realise there's 3 lanes here. Yes, I've got one.
Keep left.
Yes, they are. I got one for Levi's. Levi jeans. I was a teenager when I last wore Levi's, and that's because my parents were the ones that bought me Levi's, and I hated them. I just didn't like the way they felt. This is a nice view. Snow, trees, sunrise. Let me fix my microphone. Clearly I'm not sitting in the same spot for when I've made my coffee. You don't like how jeans or Levi's? Other jeans I had no problems with. It's just Levi's. It was just the way they sat around the hips. For some reason it just made me feel uncomfortable. They were uncomfortable. Where other jeans were fine. Back then, Levi's were the thing.
Keep left.
Yeah, back then we only had Levi's or Amco. Mainly. I'm sure there were other ones around, but I think the main two were Levi's and Amco. Now there's plenty of. There, definitely a lot more choices around there, but mind you, back then people were more worried about having what they needed more than what they wanted. And when they got what they wanted, they didn't want it anymore until it broke. The only thing they wanted to do was look after it, so it didn't break, so they had to go out and buy another one. Nowadays, not so much. If it breaks, I buy another one. If it doesn't break and there's a brand new one, I'll want that one. They literally could say back then people wanted less, and everyone now wants for more. Not everyone, obviously, but the majority wins. The democracy. So when there's more people, you just include them as everyone. Just like the majority of the people voted for this party, and now that party's everyone's party because they won. If you know what I mean. Yeah, great. Can't see anything due to the fog, but fantastic. We found a viewpoint. Come, park up here. Take in the 360-degree view of mist. the added bonus of freezing your nipples off. I was just thinking too, as I was reading that, totally off topic, but I'm just sitting here after saying about the freezing nipples off and the mist and everything else. Well, I'm sitting here in the cold, even though I've got the heater on. My thought drifted off to Mr. Duxley, who's currently probably sitting on a nice sunny hot beach in the middle of the Pacific at the moment for the next week. Him and his family enjoying a holiday. I think it's in Fiji. One of the islands that sort of does and doesn't belong to New Zealand. Got a few like that. Which actually reminds me, it was obviously while I was away, there was a major event that happened. It seemed to affect a lot of people, actually, and grew a lot of attention from everyone around the world. And understandably too, but losing our monarch, the Queen Elizabeth II, at the age of 96, a surprise to all, even though she was 96. But I think that just goes to show how much of a main staple she was all through the years, is the fact that even at that age, it shouldn't be a surprise, but you just couldn't see a time without it not being around, so. Yeah, the same Queen before my father was born. Mind you, even when I was a kid, there were still coins, and it was, you know, well after. Well after. She became Queen. But we still had some coins that had her father on the back of them. But then again, they were also in the old currency before we turned to dollars and cents. Used to be on the back, I think it was called the florin coin, which is 20 cents. Became the 20-cent coin. Now we're going to need to change all, well, the money that had got the Queen on it to the King, King Charles III. And the funny thing is, there was a lot of speculation. The reason why the Queen never gave up the realm was because we wanted to avoid him being king. But it's just one of those things. I think it's all an assumption on the person and everything else. There are a lot of assumptions around the Queen or who she was because she was a queen. By people who had never actually met her, and then she was an absolutely amazing person though. They based it off probably on past monarchs, past royals of yesteryear. How did I not hit that car? But yeah, she was an absolutely amazing person, amazing being. Toasty Toast, how are you? How have you been keeping, mate? Yeah, well, Charles has always had this thing about him, but I think he's misunderstood. Could be worse, could be Prince Andrew. Okay. Imagine that. Yes, it's been a while. Yeah, I've been alright. I've just had 3 weeks off. Unforced 3 weeks off. I mean, forced 3 weeks, were not planned, but yeah, apart from that, been pretty okay. I've been plagued with a little bit of an illness which turned out was caused by a tooth, and a couple of weeks ago I had it taken out because I couldn't afford a root canal. Root canal was over $1,000. So, even though it would have been nice to go that route, I had to have the tooth pulled, which cost me nothing. Cost the government $360. It cost me nothing. Yeah, I had a. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. I didn't realise how much that tooth was causing an issue. I actually originally thought most of the issue was because I had sinuses, but ever since I've had it pulled out, it's been a lot better. Weird though, not having a tooth there. It is quite weird. But yeah, and then I had which it took a couple of weeks to sort of come right for my cheek to sort of stop, well, the swelling in my cheek to come down. So I thought I'd take the second week off. Why is there a bit of shimmering going on the road? And then I was looking forward to coming back, and then my mother went away and I house it for her. Can you guys see that shimmering on the road? I've never seen that before. I've seen it on the trucks and stuff and some of the cars, so I just thought maybe that's just a visual thing to do with the weather or something, but now on the ground, don't know. Yeah, it's good to feel better. I haven't... It's hard to explain the difference, but there is a difference. So... Don't want to hear stuff. Actually, it was a smart... to be honest, I had to pay 60 of it. I had to go in and get a consult and get a quote, and that cost me $60, which I paid. Right. Then I took it to WINS, which is Work and Income. They pay me my disability. And gave them the quote, and they paid... they basically paid all of that back, including the 60. It was $300 for the tooth to be pulled, $60 for the consult. So they gave me the $360. It actually goes onto a card, and that card can only be used at the dentist, can't be used anywhere else.
Keep right.
It's like a debit card.
Exit right.
So I go in and just pay it with that card.
Exit
but I have to pay the $60 back at $1 a week. Yeah, mind you, it's a little bit weird. I mean, obviously I'm not used to it, but I know I see a lot of people talk about it when they hear about how healthcare is done, which is basically based around the British way, where it comes out of your taxes. Basically, it's free healthcare, but you pay with your tax. But I mean, I think at the end of it, you don't. It's a accepted part of life, so you don't sort of miss that tax. And the fact is when you go in and go to the doctors or go to the hospitals, all your operations, everything, having them free, and your prescriptions are subsidised. It's probably cheaper than what you would pay in insurance, health insurance over the time, because I know health insurance is rather expensive for you guys in America, and a lot of you guys don't go to the doctors and that because of the cost. And that's the thing. But the funny thing is, on the upside, when it comes to the dentist, here compared to you guys, I know the dentist for you guys, the dentist trip is relatively cheap, where here it's hugely expensive, and a lot of us don't go to the dentist regularly because of the cost, how expensive it is. And the funny thing is, you go to the dentist less often than you go to the doctor, so I don't know why they don't include that into the tax thing either. But I mean, yeah, you're paying tax for it, you're getting a little less than your pay packet, but really, compared to paying health insurance, and for people that can't afford health insurance, if it's taken out of your tax, there's got to be sort of a bit of relief knowing that you can go to the doctors and you won't be paying anything because you've already paid for it. So, and you just it comes part of life, you're used to it. It goes into a big pool, obviously. All your taxes go into everything that's divvied up, so it gets placed into things that it needs to go to. So, I mean, I can't imagine what it would be like to have, like, the only option is paying insurance, or, paying a huge bill, which you get a bill at the end of the month for, but then again, it's just what I'm used to. But I think ultimately, I like our way, because at the end of it, a person's life should be more important than a doctor trying to make the most amount of money. You're saving a life, Isn't that payment enough on top of everything else? Because our doctors, obviously, the downside is the doctors only get paid so much because the government can only afford so much. They won't have huge... They get paid well, but definitely nowhere near where you guys in America, where there's a bonus for the health professionals, where they can make a lot, and if you're a good doctor you can get, which is the economy, isn't it? It's just market then. But at what point does a human life become the consideration of the market value? I think that's the weird thing for me. Of a $200 bill, and that was good insurance, apparently. Yeah, but I mean, that's the thing. It's just what I